Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while I'm in the air, I'm shooting for the sky. Landing on the moon, walking on the sun. Taking over the game, get it back when we done. Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while I'm in the air, I'm shooting for the sky. Landing on the moon, walking on the sun. Taking over the game, get it back when we done. I'll get it back when we done. 10,000 hands in the air, have you ever seen? Work 9 to 5 or 5 to 9, do you ever dream? They in the red, but my stalk is green. Proud like I reached the clouds, all off a beam. Dreams on lucid, films on Lucas. Sound on surround, and the crowd on stupid. Who that chick Dion? That's Dion on clueless. You circling around the money, sitting in a Cuban car. Still the dreams, they said I'm too corny. Funny, I got their ears all on me. Fears all gone, and my peers all wrong. So keep your 2 cents in every phrase y'all coining. That's just common sense, all the hating, I honored it. I don't leak, I quantum it. I don't answer, I problem it. I just drop shit while they asking what a colonic is. Tiki, you know what I'm pondering? Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while I'm in the air, I'm shooting for the sky. Landing on the moon, walking on the sun. Taking over the game, get it back when we done. Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while I'm in the air, I'm shooting for the sky. Landing on the moon, walking on the sun. Taking over the game, get it back when we done. I'll get it back when we done.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up, man. Hopefully everyone's having a good Friday. Y'all ready to rock out. Maybe just getting off your work day, man. So y'all about to rest and relax. And I told y'all, man. When I came back on Monday, I was going to drop nonstop bangers, man. That's all I had lined up was bangers after bangers after bangers as we gear up to get ready for this Dallas Cowboys season. And today's guest, man, don't want to really call him a guest. As you guys know, this is one of my brothers. Extremely proud of him, man. He's being a trailblazer. He's cutting through. And the thing that I love the most about him, besides his talent, man, because his talent's just through the roof, right? We all can recognize that, is that he always remembers where home is, right? He remembers the YouTube community, no matter how big he gets, how many opportunities that he gets, he always remembers where home is, and that is this YouTube space. And it's something that I take dear to heart as well. You guys see me doing amazing things. You see this guy doing amazing things. But this is home. YouTube space is home. Content creators is home. You guys, Cowboys Nation, is home. So I had to hit him up as we gear up for camp. And he said, no problem, Tuck. Let's go ahead and do it. So CFO gang, let's give a warm welcome to my dog, Voch Lombardi. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, Voch. Hey, man, listen.
Hey.
Listen, man. Shouts out to you, sir. Shouts out to you, sir. Appreciate you having me on, man. Me and you have a real rapport, like in real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll come together, talk about some hip hop a little bit. You know what I mean? Talk about getting in shape a little bit. Mental moms in real life and all that. You know what I mean? So this is work, but it's like, hey, man, thanks for having me back. Shake my hand in real life.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand, the brother and sisterhood that we have in our community. It's not just about content about Cowboys. We talk about a bunch of random stuff. A lot of stuff we probably can't put out in public. But you know what I'm saying? We talking about guns and all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's always love and respect. You see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just like always a respect and a brotherhood and sisterhood, man. That's what I love the most, man. Like I said, bro, I'm proud of you because when I see you out there cutting up on the draft show and DallasCowboys.com and here in a few days at camp, it's like, that's my dog, Voch. He is where he's supposed to be. And he's shining, bro. He's shining because we all knew once you got that spotlight what you was going to do with it, and you're doing exactly what we expected you to do, man. But besides that, bro, how things going with you, bro? How's life? Things good? You get ready for the season?
Yeah, man, I can't complain, man. Like you said, about to go up there to do the whole camp thing, you know what I'm saying, with .com and them and Crown Globe and them. I'm a YouTuber at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? No matter where I go, I always tell them, hey, man, I really don't work here. Like, I'm a YouTuber for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to go up there and we about to get back on camp one more time, you know. So I've been telling people, hey, kind of look out for it, because this year, and this is kind of going to correspond with what you got going on here, I want to be purposeful with what I'm doing at camp or whatnot, right? It's going to be all kind of people doing beat writer stuff, media stuff, content stuff, and they all gonna be looking at George Pickens. They're gonna be looking at boy sitting on blue catcher pass over there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to watch a Johnny Cornelius. I'm trying to see what you know what I mean. Boy, Tyler Guyton just whooped Luigi Villain. Real.
Right.
I'm trying to give you the O-line, D-line updates because I think nobody else gonna do it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing at camp.
The trenches, right? And I think because we've been out there, Ken. I think last time I was out there, you was out there. It might have been 2 years ago, right? But I remember that was kind of like your first time. So you was kind of like in vacation mode. You was like, nah, I'm not working. I was like, dog, you gotta work. Like it's just in us to work. I remember one time me and Sky linked up at a preseason game, and he was like, man, we ain't gonna do no coverage, we ain't gonna do no content, we just gonna chill. Bro, it was probably like by second quarter, we had 100 tweets, 100 notes. Like it's just in us, right? So that's how it's going to be. And I can feel comfortable now knowing that you're going to be at camp because you're going to get those eyes on the things that people don't want to watch. Let's keep it a buck, man. No Tyler Guyton film ain't going to do no views on Twitter, right? But I know Voch, I'll be able to hit him like, all right, bro, what's going on in the trenches? How did Brock Hoffman look? You know, how did Nate Thomas look today? Like what's going on with Mozzie? And we'll be able to have those types of conversations. So that's what's great about having so many different people and different eyes now at camp to get you the quality coverage. Because out there, everybody want to see George Pickens. But yeah, it's going back to the trenches, man. So
look, man, let's just be honest though, right? You know, people will ask, they'll hit me up like, "Hey, Voch, what'd you see from Marquise Bell?" And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, well, Marquise Bell, da 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 da." You a lie because you're trying to watch 90 people at once. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just want to be, forthright. Like, hey, man, I can't watch everybody, and I'm not going to watch everybody, but I'll have a hyper focus on these guys. You know, so it's not like I'm just, oh, well, Marquise Bell did get a little highlight today, but I don't know what his other 40 or so plays was like. That's very important. Tyler Guyton put a whooping on Michael for like 6 plays. Then Michael got pissed off and said, "I bet," but that ain't get
right. It turned up. Right.
So hyper focusing on one group, well, 2 groups, O-line, D-line. I think it's better for the coverage. It's better for the information. You know.
Yeah, 1000%. And I think that there's people, especially in our community, because like you said, coming from that YouTube space, we know what the people really are looking for. Like the first layers, we get that. CD's fine. We don't need to be focusing on what CD's doing at camp. With Dak's throws, that's so easy to see, right? But the running back rooms, but also that second layer, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Johnny Cornelius or Shamar James or, some of those things, Elijah Clark, the undrafted free agents, like those are the nuggets that the community really looks for. So that's when I was out there, I was watching like Marquise Bell and those types of people could kind of find out, okay, where are they going to play? So it's good to kind of have those eyes. But like, yeah, bro, they're going to be on 2 different fields. So for someone to say, man, I watched the offense and the deep, nah, bro, you ain't see all them plays. Man, it was on completely 2 different fields. But now we'll get that complete coverage. And this is what we're geared up for camp, man. So let's kind of walk it back just slightly, man, because, we haven't really talked about it on a show publicly about it. But how was you feeling overall about the Brian Schottenheimer hire once it first was announced versus currently how things stand now with Brian Schottenheimer and the staff that he's put together?
It's been a roller coaster, man. It's been a roller coaster. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a lot of Kool-Aid involved. I won't lie to you. It's been a ton of Kool-Aid. But my Kool-Aid's not backed by feelings. My Kool-Aid is backed by what happened in the previous administration. Whenever you get a new coach, the first thing you do is go to the previous administration. So there were some things about Mike McCarthy that we liked way better than what Jason was doing. Now you got to take Shotty and put him versus Mike, and that's hard to do because Mike got Super Bowls and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Let me tell you. He got Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? He got Super Bowls, and he was here, and boy, went 11-5 3 times, and we're like, damn, dog, he ain't really had losing season until Dak was hurt, right? So now you're going, damn, boy, how the hell we end up here? Like we didn't even talk to some of the other big names. We didn't even talk to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson got Super Bowls neither. We ain't talk to him, so it just didn't feel exhaustive. At the end of the day, Dirty Mackin was a foot.
Right.
It has to be that way. There was no other reason why the Jones administration looked around and said, you know what? I just believe Brian's the guy. It had to be Dirty Mackin. Brian had to look at them and go, look, man, let me tell you something. You won games, but your wide receivers run the field and turn around. Let me show you how I would do something different.
Right.
Your quarterback can do all these things? Why is he only throwing these kind? Why are we only throwing hitches and slants? Right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody runs West Coast to some extent, but they don't just run dragons, hitches, and slants all day. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, let me fix that for you.
Well,
Jerry,
Brian, tell me, what would you do?
Well, I'm gonna take Turpin. I'm gonna get downfield with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get your run game going. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna hand the ball off to be handed it off. We're gonna run with real purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way it makes sense in my mind in changing the culture. And it had to be him versus McCarthy, like directly. It couldn't just be my resume versus his resume.
It didn't add up.
It wouldn't make no sense. But it had to be, look, man, these are young players. Football is different. They want to listen to music at practice, bro. Mike won't let them listen to music at practice. I'm gonna let their ass listen to music at practice, and we'll just see what happens.
Right.
And you get some more energy from that. Like, look, bro, and it's the biggest thing you've done, what I'm about to say. So I don't want people to just breeze past like I'm being funny. Mike McCarthy hired 90-year-old men that was friends with his
own boys.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this man gave me a job in the 70s. So I'm gonna give his nephew a job because he, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, well, Solari, man, he's Tom Landry and them.
Right.
Plus, he was da. So I'm gonna just bring nobody called Solari prior to him being a Cowboy. Nobody called Mike Nolan. Nobody called none of these other guys. These guys were not in no kind of demand at all. They was just Mike McCarthy's friends. You know what I'm saying?
Jeff Blasco.
They were not in demand. Clayton Adams was in demand. Eberflus was in demand because he's on that same kind of path Quinn was on, right? Like, all right, you know, you as a head coach is different than you as a DC. Eberflus got respect as a DC. It was phone calls lined up for Flus at the DC. Clayton Adams had phone calls lined up for him.
Right.
It had to be brown paper bag money. And look, I'll let you be the offense coordinator. A promotion was in line to get people in demand here. That's what the Eagles do. I hate giving them hoes credit. Boss, right. I said it's 1,000. I hate giving them people credit. Sirianni, like their leader guy, he's their energy guy. He's their face of the franchise guy. I don't know what the hell he do good. I don't know what he's good at.
Nope.
He leans on Shane. He leans on Gannon. They go get jobs somewhere. They coordinators get funny. Eagles look shitty. Bet. They go get Kellen. They go get Fangio. He lean on his coordinators. You lean on the roster. Cool. Right. Bet. If I had to bet, and this is a long-winded answer, but we ain't doing nothing else. If I had to bet, Shotty Dirty Matt to Jerry and them, he said, give me this expert on offense line, because Clayton do all kind of shit too. And Connor Riley and them. Give me this expert on defense. Give me a bunch of young coaches. Here's this Dak Prescott co-sign because Dak on board too.
Right.
We're gonna bring some youth to the coaches, not just a bunch of old. Because in real life, maybe these young players ain't gonna take the old coaching very well.
Right.
Because even in my mind, I was like, hey man, we need to be tough on Mozzie. Maybe Mozzie don't need that. I don't know what he needs. But let's bring some young coaches in here to do something with this culture. And to us, it sounds goofy. Oh, here go culture again.
Right. But you kind of see it with the players. He's like, man, I'm having the most fun I had. Like, what? Y'all ain't even did nothing yet, but he's just having a blast. And you kind of see it. And here's the crazy part that you just mentioned, right? Yep. Here's the funny thing about what Voch has said. All the players from coaches from Clayton Adams to Matt Eberflus to Connor Riley to Junior Adams, they were much higher demand as coaches than even Brian Schottenheimer. But he didn't let the ego get in the way. So he said, all right, bro, like, all right, I get it. I just got this job, but I'm going to go build me a super team to kind of help with this. And I think that's when the tide started to turn when it came to Schottenheimer, because Mike wasn't doing that. It was called all understudies and different things like that. But yeah, bro, I 1000% agree. There had to be some dirty Mac. And here's how I know there was some dirty Mac on. When he beat Kellen out for the job, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he already had, now we can move on from Kellen. We can pass on that. Like, what a golden opportunity to move on from Mike McCarthy and bring back your golden boy from Kellen Moore off a Super Bowl. They said, no, we actually cool. He got dirty. I'm just saying you can do better. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what he would do.
Jerry Jones passed up on the opportunity to say I was right about Kellen Moore.
Right.
To hire Schottenheimer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Something had to happen here. I don't know what was said.
Right.
But you just can't put Kellen just won a Super Bowl, bro.
Right.
So you can't put resume versus resume. Shotty said something. One day I'm gonna ask him. I might be much older and he might be fired one day, but I'm gonna ask him like, hey man, what you say? What you do to get this job? You know what I'm saying? Because look, Mike McCarthy eventually came out and said, man, look, I lied to Jerry to get the job, but I needed the job when it was due. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But one more thing too. I was asking people over there in the building because I get to do shit like that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But I asked, and I was like, hey man, why does it seem like they're more proactive in player acquisition now, like with the whole Pickens deal, with the whole all this kind of, you know what I'm saying? It seems like they were more aggressive going after Kenneth Murray, going after some guys like that. I was asking why. And basically what I got back is Mike McCarthy, maybe because Mike McCarthy being an old guy, Mike McCarthy was cool with coaching who he had. You know what I'm saying? Mike is one of them. Hey, just I'll coach whoever you give me, and I'm just cool with that. Shotty is more like we can get him.
Get him.
Yeah, bring him in. You know, bring him in. And I give Pickens the whole Pickens deal. I give Shotty that credit because what I heard, if I had to assume, JT, I don't know nothing, but if I had to guess what I heard, assumingly, it came down to some other people, and it came like to Pickens and some other people that wouldn't be as headachy, but they weren't the type player that that Pickens is. But they asked Shotty and say, "Yo, Shotty, man, listen, bro, we can get you this wide receiver. Wouldn't give you a headache. You'd be cool. You'd be a solid player. It probably won't push the rest of the roster down too much, but he'll be a better player than what you got. Or we can get this MFer.
Right.
You know, he has a media incident. You know what I mean? He said he's very vocal. He might be a headache, but he's a MFer.
Right.
Shotty said, give me the MFer. I know that for sure. Shotty said, let's roll.
Hey, there you go. Inside nugget.
Let's roll the dice on the MFer. Let me deal with the MFer. And that's very Pete Carroll of him. You know what I'm saying? Because Peter take all them gangsters, all them headaches in. He just want to win the game.
Right.
Shotty said, give me that dude. Give me that dude. Let me deal with him. So I give him credit for that. Because the Cowboy way is to get
and see, and that's what it felt like they tried it because they went with Rashad Bateman. You know, like they were trying to find that little conservative strategy, that little cool little wide receiver too. They ain't gonna say that much, ain't gonna hurt nobody. So I was like, who signed off on this? Because this is completely different. This is completely different to go from Brandon Cooks, T.Y. Hilton to George Pickens. I think that's why it kind of hit everybody because we was like, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that might be Shotty thing where he's gonna say, no, let me handle it, let me coach it. And like you said, he was in that locker room with Pete Carroll and them, like in the Dogs in Seattle. So he's very familiar. So hopefully he can kind of rein that in. So yeah, I'm excited about that, bro. I'm excited about that. So yeah,
I am full blown Kool-Aid, but there's logic behind the Kool-Aid because it's all going in the right direction. And in real life, just lean on Dak, bro. Lean on Dak and don't hold him back.
Right.
It seemed like Mike did a bunch to hold Dak back. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was having that conversation. I had it on Twitter and I had it the other night. I think it was with Okoye and also with my guy Mike Tagg, right? It's like I get this whole conversation pieces, Voch, about the run game and being dominant and controlling the line of scrimmage. Like that's cool and all. But when you got George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott, that's how I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm going out. And if Shotty really wants to win, especially with this schedule, dog, you're going to have to open it up with Dak and these wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Jake Ferguson should be a whole lot better. You mentioned Cavante Turpin, list goes on and on. So, yeah, I think Shotty's going to try to do the run game to set it up a little bit. But when things hit the fan, when we get there in Philly and we might be down 7-0, all right, Dak, here are the keys. You go ahead and drive and just unleash this offense. So I think that's where we're probably headed, because I just don't see CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Dak being an afterthought, and we trying to get the ground game going with Miles Sanders and whoever that might be. Like, nah, it's not gonna work.
If you listen to Dak talk, it was one of them. It was like 3 locker room availabilities ago, maybe 2. But he was talking about running the game. He was talking about the run game to purposely set up, play action and bootlegs and all that. It seemed like when you would ask the last administration about running the football, like they didn't have an answer. It's like they knew they wanted to run the football, but it was like, hey, man, we got the guys to do it. We're going to figure it all out. You can't be a good team without running the football. But they didn't have a real philosophy behind it. In my mind, I think they just wanted to run the football because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like, hey, playoffs football come around, we're going to run the ball because we just supposed to run the football.
Right.
But they never had a plan to. They never coordinated the run game properly or whatever, right? There was no run scheme plan for real. Now with Clayton Adams, and we know how he get down, run game Moses, hopefully. But Clayton Adams is a guy that he specializes in run game and different run schemes, and he's talked about the different things that we're gonna do run game wise that fit us. And you pair that with the note that Dak gave you, like, yeah, we're gonna run, but we're gonna run to set up, downfield or whatever. Right. So in my mind, y'all having a conversation about it. At least there's a bigger picture to y'all running the ball, not just running the ball because y'all got an attitude that we asked y'all to run the football.
Right. Yeah, man. They keep asking about. They keep tweeting about running the ball. They got hats and stuff. All right. So because we looked at the numbers the other night, it was 60-40 overall. You know what I'm saying, as far as the percentage is concerned. So we ran the ball, but we didn't run the ball with the emphasis. It was just pretty much checking the box. Yeah, and I think that's what everybody aligns with. Brian Schottenheimer, run philosophy. Clayton Adams, run philosophy. Connor Riley, run philosophy. Like, that is just what they do. And he got guys that kind of built this team around it. Now, I'm going to pivot, right? I'm going to go back to that, right? To the running back room. Because I feel like, Voch, we just don't have the main ingredient for that run game, right? I just think Javonte Williams, I mean, there's some news out there with Jadon Blue, take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So, yeah, it was like that with a grain of salt. But it's like, this is Miles Sanders, Deuce Vaughn. Like, it just doesn't feel like we have that guy. So do you think that Clayton Adams, with the run scheme, can improve the running back core? Or do we still just kind of need that dominant presence? Because as of right now, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm daring y'all to run on us. Y'all can have that. I'm taking Pickens and CD away, though. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm kind of standing.
By way of the nature of running back, every single year is always some dude that we didn't expect to go crazy at running back to kind of go a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's always some 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. Some undrafted dude that just shows up and, does well. It could be Jadon Blue. It could be Phil Moffitt. That's just the nature of how this goes. San Fran will draft Trey Sermon in the 2nd round, but Elijah Mitchell will be the one that works out for you. You know what I'm saying? Or the Chiefs, they'll draft Clyde, but it end up being Isaiah Pacheco. So it's just some 7th round weird stuff happens, and running back just works out that way. But I just can't be phony, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
If we're a team that's developing and growing, then yeah, we need, maybe we could take what we have and build the O-line, and any running back can run behind that O-line. But we're dealing with Philly. We're dealing with San Fran. Minnesota, dudes that we got to deal with, Detroit, and those teams don't kind of chill out. They don't rest. They don't, if the Eagles had the best run game one year, they'll take that and put Saquon with it. We've seen the 49ers have the best run game before. They'll do that. They'll take Christian McCaffrey and they'll just put that with it. So I just don't want to chill. That's my whole thing. If we just trying to get to the playoffs, then maybe Jadon Blue can lead this thing. But we're so much better if Jadon Blue is your second guy.
Right.
If Jadon Blue is your second guy, we whooping ass then.
Right. And that's what I was saying, because we were just having a conversation today because someone asked me about Damian Martinez and draft fatigue. Like, where did he go? See, I'm like, damn, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Damian Martinez. All 3 of those would be starters in Dallas right now. So I'm just like, all right, bro. I think for us, Voch, we do draft coverage. We know and knew how good this draft class was at the running back position, and it kind of come out with still a question mark with it. I think that's the biggest concern for me, because it's just like, yeah, these teams that are changing the tide, especially in our conference. You look at what Detroit has at the running back position. You look at what Philly has at the running back position. Even though San Fran's kind of pulling back a little bit, what they have, hell, what does Tampa have? Like, all these teams in our conference are a step above us at the running back position. So hopefully we can turn water into wine. But like you said, if you want to compete, get to a divisional, right? Maybe win a wild card, maybe. Yeah, Jadon Blue, Javonte Williams can get us there. But if you want to compete for a championship, I don't know. So that's why I'm like that.
Let me tell you what I want real bad, man. Let me tell you what I want. And Cowboys don't really, like Cowboy fans, we don't really get this or whatever. We live in this world. It's where no matter what happens, it's Dak's fault, quarterback's fault, right? If Dak go out there and throw 50 touchdowns and you lose, Dak trash. If Dak throw 20 interceptions and you win, hey, Dak won a playoff game, right?
Right.
I want to live in this world where Dak can go into a postseason game, throw 12 attempts, win the game, and get credit for it.
Bro, like I was gonna say, like, even when it comes to Philly, I was gonna say, when it comes to Philly, I see what Philly fans are going through, man, and I hate them just as much as you do, bro. Right. I was like, man, I would love to be on Twitter and be like, man, Dak only won because he had a super team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate
them hoes so bad. I can't stand them. I don't like them. I can't stand them. But Jalen Hurts go out that bitch throw for 120 yards and they'll win the game.
It'd be cool. They
don't care about nothing. They just like, what? Jalen MVP, Jalen Hurts threw for 100.
And not only he threw for 100 yards, bro, he threw for 100 yards, and they blew the Chiefs out. You know what I'm saying? In a blowout fashion, bro. Yeah. If Dak throw for 100 yards, we get packed up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see some Joe Milton, some Will Greer. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. Like, I would welcome those. I know Cowboys fans, y'all going through y'all back and forth on social media. I would welcome no problems any day of the week where I can say, you know what? Yeah, Dak was trash. Yeah. We won by 30. You know what I'm saying? Dak was trash. We won by 30, but we just not there yet. We just not there yet.
So what I really want is the, you know what I'm saying, Tony Romo playing. You know what I mean? Like, Tony was a gunslinger. I know some young Cowboy fans in the building that wasn't around for, Tony's heyday, but Tony used to throw that thing all over the place. Like, Tony used to throw that 40, 50 times a game just to do it. But, you know what I'm saying, Murray gets here, and you still got that gunslinger in Tony.
Right.
But you only need to bring it out in case of emergency.
Every now and then.
In case of emergencies, right? You don't want to lean on Dak whooping ass in the air. I know you got CD. I know you got Pickens. But if you win the Super Bowl and Pickens only got 500 yards receiving, we don't care. We won the Super Bowl. It is what it is.
Right.
You know we don't have to win with style points. I don't care about that. I would love somebody to take as much pressure off Dak as possible. If Dak feeling a little shaky in the first half, I want the option to go, you know what? Let's run the ball till he settled down. And then he'll come out here and whoop a little bit of ass, and we'll just, you know what I'm saying, do what we do. And we don't have that running back now. I think we got the offensive line to do it, but I don't think we got the running back to go along with that.
That's the problem, Voch. We have the outfit. We just need the shoes to match. You know what I'm saying? We got the whole fit laid out first day of school, but we just don't have them shoes, bro. And I just feel like you said, I had this conversation last night. It's like, people forget 2016 Zeke, that was for Romo. So imagine how scary that team would have been with the fully healthy Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliott. Like, it would have made life crazy on the offensive side of the ball. Like, I want that for Dak Prescott, but I just don't think that right now we got it. We had the hope. So if I had the hope, like I said, Jadon Blue, he would probably be my one that I have to hope that could be our miracle that could break through, and he could be a game changer like a Bucky Irvin or something like that. But I don't want to hope. I really just want a guy that I know I can lean on. That, hey, if I can give you the ball 25, 30 times versus Philly, you can get us up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You can get us up out of here with the win, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. And Miles Sanders, bless his heart, you know what I'm saying? I guess we'll have to sit back and see, but I don't think we have that guy currently on the roster.
And then what's going to really piss me off, we're going to get a hell of a running back next year.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to draft a fuck of a running back next year.
Oh, yeah.
Pickens going to be gone.
Right. We're gonna lose Pickens, and then we're gonna take like Jeremiah Love or something in the first. Like, God damn, bro, not now. You know what I'm saying? Because we are always reactive, never proactive, bro. Like, even like I was talking about it with the Brandon Cooks thing. We needed Brandon Cooks that year before, bro. Yeah. Like, when we was clicking, it had Tony Pollard and CD, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when we needed Brandon Cooks, but they ran us out there with T.Y. Hilton and Noah Brown. And then we sit back saying, oh, man, if we'd had a wide receiver, then they went and got us one. Like, why not just go get us one right now to really put this Cowboys team over the top? Because I feel like, what you're saying, with everything kind of structured, we'll be right in the thick of things competitiveness-wise. But for a Super Bowl contention, it's just you just need it. From a team that had Tony Dorsett to Emmitt Smith to DeMarco Murray, Ezekiel Elliott to Javonte Williams, maybe. It's just I just don't understand it, man. So salute to everybody watching right now. We got over 500 people tuned in. Hit the like button, subscribe button. If you ain't following Voch, what are y'all doing? You got to 100. We didn't get you to 100,000, right?
I'm at 99.76 or something.
Hey man, hey yo, we gotta get Voch to 100,000. Like, listen, so everybody over here, if you're not subscribed to Voch, which y'all should be, right? Let's get Voch to 100,000. And here's what I'll say. I'll say it publicly. He ain't gotta say it. The thing that I respect the most about Voch is that he is still pushing for the 100,000 when he could have just swiped his credit card. And I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could have swiped the credit card. Nobody would know. You know what I'm saying? Let's give Voch to 100,000 because he deserves it, man. He works it. He gave soul back to our community. Like, come on, Cowboys Nation. Everybody, hashtag on Twitter, in my Instagram you're watching right now, on my TikTok you're watching right now, hashtag let's give Voch to 100K, right? So
appreciate you, man. Appreciate it, man. I mean the world.
Right.
Appreciate you.
All right, dog. So let's go ahead and talk to your favorite position, the offensive line, man. So, we did draft Tyler Booker, brought him in, which I think is a phenomenal upgrade in the interior because Zach Martin, even though he played well, is getting a little long in the tooth, right? But as far as your expectations for this offensive line, like, how do you think this is going to fare out day one? And do you think that we have enough? And we'll talk about the reason why question, do we have enough when it comes to our offensive line?
Coaching matters. Coaching matters, and the last two coaches were coaching because they rent due, and they were 90-year-old men, and they were friends with Mike McCarthy, and they weren't necessarily in demand. We have three offensive line minds that were kind of in demand. Got Clayton Connor, and there's a third coach. I can't say his name. It's a wild name, but apparently he was one of them boys out there in the streets. I just had to take their word for it. I kind of hate it when, you want Terrence Steele to take the next step and you hear rumors that the coach didn't like Terrence Steele. You know what I mean? Or, Tyler is here. Big Tyler is here. And you hear Philbin didn't like Big Tyler. So he was practicing McGovern over Big Tyler. Like Big Tyler had to play left tackle at the end of the day. It's just always some like politicking going on, just some not all in, nonsense going on with your O-line. So we finally got coaches that are qualified coaches that are in demand, that have phone calls from people not named Dallas Cowboys, but they ended up coming here. And a very talented young group of offensive linemen that I think about to take things to the next level. What was really encouraging was on draft night, the call that Book made, or they call Booker or whatever, right? He talked to Jerry Jones. But when he talked to Clayton Adams, he said, "Hey man, you ready to come here and move the line of scrimmage?" And Book said, "Hell yeah, duo and all that." I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So now you letting us know what's happening.
Right.
In the previous administrations, what they'll do is they'll do shit that didn't correspond with the skill level of the offensive linemen that we have.
Right.
I actually went back to watch a bunch of BB film. They had BB doing a whole bunch of moving, a whole bunch of third level blocking, a bunch of engage and use my feet and get out. And BB didn't always get there, but that ain't BB's game. BB's game is whoop feet.
Right.
Tyler Smith's job is to whoop feet. He's an athlete, but Tyler Smith's job is to whoop feet. Brock's job isn't necessarily to whoop feet, but sometimes they'll ask Brock to whoop feet. I'm like, damn, we ain't got an identity. And it showed in the run game.
Right.
Zeke had like 250 yards or something. Made me sick. I hated it. But if everything is true and ain't nobody lying, and we really gonna come out here and move the line of scrimmage, and we really gonna be running duo and all that, then your interior offensive line becomes one of the better interior offensive lines in the league. And year 2 and 3 gonna be stupid ridiculous.
Right.
There's people that's gonna ask, but Voch, what makes you think that Tyler Booker's rookie year won't be like Tyler Guyton's rookie year? That's a fantastic question, I guess. But Book got something that Tyler Guyton didn't have, and that's an ass whoop.
Right.
Tyler Guyton is a phenomenal phenomenal athlete.
Athlete,
Still
right.
got some of the best feet I've ever seen. But he's not the Cowboys normal. Like normally he ain't the type of Cowboys offensive line. Even Tyron Smith, who wasn't the best in the world technically, but he was still strong as hell, and he whooped ass. You know what I'm saying? Guyton just didn't have that. Guyton had to learn all of his technique on the fly here. And then Chuma Doga, took his job, and then coaches didn't really teach him nothing during the season or whatever. Like that's actually like confirmed. Duke and them came out and confirmed that coaches didn't teach him nothing during the year.
Right.
So now you have Tyler Booker, who's going to be closer to what BB's rookie year was, but a little better in my personal opinion. You got year 2 BB. You got Tyler Smith, in which he's in charge now, and he's ready to make an All-Pro now, and he's getting ready to make his money. Really, he about to come out there and whoop a little bit of ass. Terrence Steele, 2 years removed from his ACL situation. Coach is back on his side. Everything's hunky-dory, cool over there with them. If Tyler Guyton is simply cool,
right?
If he's cool,
we all right.
We good to go. You ain't gotta be Tyron Smith. You ain't gotta be Tyron Smith.
Just be all right.
As long as I look over there, okay, cool. Guyton's cool. As long as he cool, we straight. Because we're really trying to move the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We really trying to move the middle. I'm very excited about our offensive line, run game, pass game, everything. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I agree. And I've been saying this, like, Tyler Guyton is the most important piece to this season. If he can just be cool, like cut out the penalties, and just get his confidence back up, because what people don't understand, what I was trying to explain, and we were both trying to explain this last year, Voch, but this time of year, people just really don't want to listen. When you're converting a right tackle over to left, who's never played left, there's no insurance policy, there was always going to be a learning curve. And I just feel like for Tyler Guyton, there was a learning curve. And even though he looked good in some reps versus Micah at camp and also versus Mason or Max Crosby, in the preseason, that's not 17 games. And I felt like when Tyler Guyton started getting whooped, the hands started getting sloppy, he just was out there trying to survive. And Mike McCarthy being on a contract year was like, hey, you got to come sit by me. He had the little injury, so it was kind of a up and down season for him as a rookie. So I think this year, having a full off season, training at left tackle, right? Also having Connor Riley, a different scheme that's probably going to be putting a stronger emphasis on duo and some of those things, just whooping the man in front of you. I think that Terrence Steele will be much improved, and also Tyler Guyton will be much improved, but you can't put them in a situation where you're dropping back, having them pass at 45 times. I mean, you played offensive line, you're going to get whooped, and all it takes is 2 to 3. You know what I'm saying? All it takes for 2 to 3 reps for you to set back and do 45 pass sets, get whooped, and everyone be like, it was Voch's fault, right? But you can have a complete flawless game leading up to that point. So I think the offensive line is much improved. Now, devil's advocate, Voch, what if he doesn't take a leap forward? Then what do you think the next steps, course of action would be when it comes to Dallas Cowboys offensive line?
I think they really don't want to move Big Tyler. I think they want to leave him at left guard. I agree. I think he's a cool left tackle. Zach Martin was a cool tackle, but he's an all-pro this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want to be bad in 2 spots. You know what I mean? So I think the next guy would be Austin Riches, maybe. Cornelius, maybe. Like that's probably what they're gonna be figuring out over the next couple of weeks or whatever. But if we had to play devil's advocate, man, Austin Riches. But if anything, Dak ain't really got a problem with the left tackle. And look, this is me trying not to be devil's advocate. I'm fighting, saying positivity, negativity here. But Dak can deal with the outside pressure. I've seen Dak overcome Cam Fleming and Cam Irvin and Ty and Secchi and all them. I've seen him do it. Doga recently. It's always that inside stuff. So if Tyler Guyton is that bad to where Dak and tight end can't help you, then we just gonna draft the Alabama left tackle.
There's another one out there, y'all. He gonna probably go top 10. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's my concern, right? It's the what if situation if Tyler Guyton doesn't take that step forward that we drastically need. Because even though you mentioned Austin Richards, we brought in Sadiq Charles. Some of those, that ain't it, right? That ain't it. Either with Cornelius, I'll say it right now publicly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Matt Willette's gonna make it through another cut. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he knows or what he knows. But hey, it's time to cut it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that that second layer of insurance policy for Tyler Guyton, we just don't have, because they've talked about it. And I heard like Connor Riley saying, oh, well, they could move Cooper Beebe around. Like, I'm with you with the shuffling, if you can kind of keep things constant as it is, because, for the offensive line, keeping that continuity is important. But it's just like, in case of emergency, how do you have your best 5 out there? And that's when the conversation really comes in. Do you slide Cooper Beebe to the left, slide Tyler Smith to the left, and plug in Brock Hoffman back at center? But I don't think we should have to do that. Just go get a quality backup left tackle, just in case Tyler Guyton doesn't take that leap forward. But I think that he will.
This is the hard part about Hoffman, though, man. Like, the Cowboys showed you twice what they really think about him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When it was time for Hoffman to look like he was about to be the center here, it was like, nah, we're gonna go get BB.
Cooper Beebe, right?
And when it was looking like, all right, well, Hoffman can go be the right guard, then they say, nah, we're gonna go get
Tyler Booker.
You know what I mean? So the Cowboys kind of showing you what they feel
Mm-hmm.
about Brock. I think Brock's a really good backup. I think if anything goes wrong, I think Brock can be one of the best backup interior dudes in the league or whatever. But if he's a guy that you're trying to lean on, I don't think that you and the Cowboys are thinking the same thing. I don't think the Cowboys want to lean on Brock
him for 17 games.
Yeah. And they really don't want to move Tyler to left tackle. So I gonna have to grow up at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's gonna have to grow up. Yeah, because I agree, because I think even the conversation with Cooper Beebe was like they didn't even consider him as a center, but they called Big Duke and asked him, "Hey, bro, you think he could play?" And Duke was like, "Yeah, I think he can." Like, all right, bro, he's gonna grab it. So for some reason they're just not sold on Brock. And like also like with TJ Bass and like some of those other guys, but I feel like the interior second layer is perfectly fine. It's just on that perimeter, especially the left side. I think Cornelius might be okay on the right side if something was to happen, but on that left side, y'all, that's where I kind of get concerned. So that's why I'm saying it's important that Tyler Guyton takes that leap. Now, let's go to the other side of the ball, right, in the trenches. Defensive tackle, because, I think that we have the edges perimeter set. We know that we got the dogs, Donovan and Ezekiel Rock, who just signed, you know what I'm saying? These rookies, Voch, they acting real brand new. You know what I'm saying? They doing holdouts and second round picks because, you know what I'm saying? They got to get the money right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could imagine, you know what I'm saying, some of our second round picks holding out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I already went to practice without him. But anyways, defensive interior, defensive tackle, I feel like we have some 3 techs, Solomon Thomas, Osa, Diggy, Zula. We just brought in Perion Winfrey, who I liked coming out of OU in the draft a few years ago. But the conversation is the 1 tech position. We know what Mozzie has done thus far. I think Mozzie's going to take another step forward, but it's probably not enough. So overall, how are you feeling about the 1 tech position as is? And do you think the Cowboys need to shore up that position?
Man, might as well have to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't a whole bunch of options you have here. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's Mozzie and it's 340-pound Jay Toia. You know what I mean? That's just what you got right now. I would hope that the Cowboys aren't trying to minimalize 1 tech. I hope they're not looking at it like, oh well, we plan on scoring and we're gonna do things that's gonna keep people from trying to run up the middle, and we're gonna shore up the outsides and all that. Right. And maybe 1 tech is not gonna be that important.
Right.
The Cowboys aren't going, well, we only plan on 1 tech being on the field for 13 plays at a time, and hopefully they don't
Right.
I hope they're not doing that. You know what I mean? If we were a team that's just trying to get on our feet, and we trying to make the playoffs, that'll be a cool little plan.
Right.
We got to deal with Philly and San Fran and Minnesota, Detroit, and teams like that. Green Bay,
Rams.
Shit,
Green. All right.
You kind of want as many people to be dudes as you possibly can. I don't want to just be sitting around chilling, because those teams ain't just sitting around chilling.
Right.
You know? I just call BS for people that'll look at 1 tech and be like, well, it's not that important. Because if you could take Quentin Williams and just drop him in Oxnard next week, you would.
Right.
And if you would, that mean 1 tech is important.
Right.
It's important.
Right. It's important. You're right.
Yeah. So the way I look at it is I'm always trying to find help for the guys that I know that are good already. So Osa is fantastic, but we've seen teams do unorthodox bastard fronts to deal with Osa. Like you normally don't double team 3 techs. You know what I'm saying? Because like B gap is most of the time it's a 1-on-1 gap because you're not going to get help from the tackle because they're dealing with ends, and you're really not going to get help from a center because they're not close to B gap. So B gap is normally a one-on-one situation. We've seen teams make adjustments to double team Osa and put like a tight end on whoever playing edge against us or something like that, just to get two hands on Osa.
Right.
What you really want is your one tech to be dominant to where they have to put two on him so that Osa has to get the one-on-one. That's what you want. And then you want to take that structure and add Micah to it somewhere.
Right.
Not in the same place. You can move him around, but you at least want Micah playing with that structure. If you're in a structure where you can double team Osa, then Osa's not helping Micah because Osa's getting double teamed.
Right.
You want the one tech to take all the dirty work, Osa to be free, and Osa to help Micah, then Micah help everybody else. Because when Micah getting triple teamed, Dorrance Armstrong get eight sacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? When Micah's getting triple teamed, the Cowboys can be second in the league in sacks or whatever, right? With Hank and Dorrance, who aren't sack guys, right? So it's like, you know what I'm saying, trickling down. You got to make one thing solid to help all the rest of this out. And when Hankins was in there, Hankins wasn't incredible, but he was
right.
Hankins was cool. So I mean, Quentin Williams would be cool. It'll be nice, but we just can't lean on Mozzie. Mozzie ain't 17 games terrible because Mozzie showed you he could beat the hell out the Giants.
Yeah, he turns up versus the Giants. You know, John Michael Smith. You know, he turned up.
John Michael Smith. And he'll have a cool little game against like Biotis or something like that. But I don't care about the Giants. I don't care about the watch football Wizards neither. I think you know what I'm saying.
Them Wizards feeling themselves right now, man. Hey, them football Wizards, they feel themselves.
They should be able to sweep Cooper Rush for me to take them seriously. But whatever, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
Ooh.
You notice when I name them names, I don't really say Washington like that. They're gonna be a good team, but I don't name them like that. I don't care about Mozzie beating John Michael Smith. Mozzie got to beat like Frank Ragnow and Cam Jurgens and them and those cats and whoever the hell gonna be snapping for. That's what's important to me. We just happen to be in this mode to where and this may not be fair to Schottenheimer neither. As a first year head coach, Schottenheimer not allowed to just win 9 games this year.
So that's the conversation I've been having, bro, because people are like, oh, we'll give him a chance. I'm like, he can't just get 8 or 9, not fully healthy. No.
If you Ben Johnson and you win 9 games over there in Chicago and you make it to the playoffs and you lose the first game, they'll give him a medal, and a raise. That ain't this situation. Shotty, as a first-time head coach, got to get to the playoffs, and he got to at least win a damn playoff game. That's the bed that we made. So if that's the bed that we made, we got to build our roster in that way. And we can't walk in, all right, Mozzie, you're going to be the one tech that we go to the playoffs and win a game with. All right, Javonte Williams, you're going to be the running back that we walk into the playoffs and win a game with.
Right.
I'm trying to be Teflon everywhere because that's what the Eagles would do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the Cowboys got to get better at one tech. I think Mozzie and Jay will get the job done, but I don't think they make you special.
Exactly. And I think that's the disconnect, right? And thanks for explaining, because we've been trying to say that, because a lot of people say, oh, it's just the one tech, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, the Dallas Cowboys really got tacked on the perimeter. Like, no. Like the center, I mean, you played offensive line, you know, the center of everything, that's the change. So like you're saying, if I have to have my guard and my center double teaming Mozzie, taking up blocks, that frees up 1v1s with Osa on the outside, frees up the perimeter, but it also frees up your linebackers to be able to flow. For someone who play linebacker, I don't like them big defensive tackles being pushed all back into my lap where I'm trying to shoot gaps. Like, it makes things more complicated on me to flow in through that traffic. So it's like you need a quality guy that can go out there and just take on space. I don't think Mozzie is that guy to do it at a dominant level that the Dallas Cowboys would need. So let me ask you this, Voch. Do you think that we're past that point, though? We want to make a trade for a guy? Because I don't think there's anyone that's going to be floating around that you can bring in that's going to be a dominant. I mean, it talks about Linval Joseph possibly back, you know, DJ Reader from Detroit, some of those guys. But do you think there's some help the Cowboys could pursue to bring in to help fix that one tech position?
That's where we at. We just waiting around until somebody get cut.
Right.
We waiting if somebody make too much money or something like that, and we just go. And I don't think that's gonna happen.
Right.
So, and that's the Cowboy way. We're gonna run with Mozzie and Toia. It just is what it is. Like that's who we're gonna be running with.
And see what
So
happens when we do this, y'all. Let's say we go through 4 games, right? And Cowboys like, all right, we got a good team. We just need that one tech. The price goes up. Oh, we was gonna get it. We are gonna trade one away from a 6th round pick, but since y'all were so desperate to get one, we probably need one of those 4th y'all toss right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about the 4th. Give us a 4th round pick. So the price goes up when teams know that you're desperate picking up the phone. So it's just like, I don't know. This is the position that concerns me the most, because for the past 3 to 4 years, we've been having these conversations about stop the run. And I don't care how good Eberflus's scheme is. If you don't have the soldiers to do it, y'all, it's just not going to work. Like, you're going to have some guys out there with some fortitude that can anchor in, that can just move people and not be moved. And I just don't think that we have that on a consistent basis. And to put that on Jay Toye as a rookie to go out there and do that, that's even crazier, because he might just be a rotational guy going through his development stages as well.
If you really get into some advanced film and you watch teams run zone versus us, sometimes they don't even block Mozzie.
Right.
Sometimes they don't even block. Sometimes they just give them a touch and go and block the linebacker because that's more important to their scheme or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It would ruin what they trying to do if your one tech was actually dominant enough to deal with them pitter-pattering around with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're more focused on linebacker. With them being more focused on linebacker, you need a one tech that punishes that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And Mozzie don't really punish that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Toia is a little more athletic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a bit more lateral sideline, and like, he can move, right? But I don't think he play right. But he doesn't play with the strength. I mean, because honestly, I'll tell people this. You do draft coverage as well.
Yeah.
I like Jay's film better than I like Mozzie's out of Michigan, because I see more consistent motor. With Mozzie, for me, it was always one big play, he can whoop someone's ass, and then you're sitting there waiting about three, you know what I'm saying, 3 quarters until you see it again, right? I think Jay's motor is a little bit more consistent, but Mozzie just has that natural grown-ass man strength that you just can't coach sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's going to be the situation. We also got Tommy Akingbasote, but he's more of a 3-tech mode. But you know, I don't know. I just don't think that we got the guys yet. Like you said, yeah, man, those zone scheme, moving lateral, all they gotta do is just cross Mozzie's face real quick and get to the next level, because they looking to hunt for what was Overshown, Kendricks, and them, and leave him pretty much untouched. So
yeah. So how we got to go into the season this year, because ain't nothing happening this year. The best one tech you got is number 4, number 88, and number 3. That's the best one tech right there.
See, hey, we ain't talked before this. You know what I'm saying? This is not planned, it's not scripted. Hey, if you want to stop the run, go put up some points. I
don't want it to be that way, because one day we may not be scoring that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what I'm going with, man. I need Team 40 burgers back, all that stuff, because I mean, even though we didn't win the playoffs much, it worked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It had people believing when we was out there just putting up 40 points a game, and Dan Quinn couldn't stop the run, but we was peeling our ears back, getting sacks and getting interceptions. So, hey, man, that might just be the Cowboys mode for this year, because I don't see us being able to go run the ball down a team's throat, pause, if you will, and also being able to stop the run on the other side of the ball. That just ball says scheme my head. Yeah, hey, man, it's just, hey, we got to survive this year. You know what I'm saying? If Shotty want to win, Shotty want to win, you better air that thing out. Now, before we let you go, man, because we're going to keep it short tonight, because it's Friday, people got things to do. I want to talk about the secondary and the cornerbacks specifically, especially for week 1. I mean, Trayvon Diggs is going through his whole thing. We see what happened the other day with the $500,000 deduction, you know what I'm saying, $500,000 for not working out with the Cowboys. You're going to have Deron Bland returning. We got the trade for Kyer Elam. Then, Voch, so what do you think is going to be the outcome for the Dallas Cowboys week 1 versus Philly? Because I don't think Siobhan Revel will be ready, or he should be ready. I don't think Diggs is going to be ready or should be ready. So what do you think the Dallas Cowboys do as far as their cornerbacks specifically when it comes to handling things for week 1?
Diggs won't be ready. You're right about that.
Right.
Ravel may not have a choice, because that's how the Cowboys kind of played their cards or whatever. They, if you listen to Jerry talk about it one day, it was like pre-draft or something. It pissed me off when he said it. But he was like, "Yeah, we're drafting or we're doing something with the hope that some guys get healthy sooner than later." Right? It was something he said along those lines. He was basically talking about Sam Williams, Trey Diggs, and whoever the hell else that we was going to be drafting that's possibly hurt guy. Shavon Revel is hurt guy right now. But he's supposed to be ready for camp or whatever.
Okay.
So now the eyes go to him, and that next big battle is Revel versus Kalen Carson.
Okay.
Like that's your next big battle. Bland ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I think Bland gonna have to play the nickel because can't nobody else play nickel unless like Keemon Hall step up and start whooping everybody.
Right.
If Keemon Hall come in and whoop everybody and make Bland go back outside, then cool. I don't see that being the case. I see Bland playing nickel because you just got a ton of outside guys. I don't see Israel playing inside. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what the plan is with Israel.
Right.
Because Israel ain't had no plan the past 3 years.
Right.
But he got some money, so I don't know. We'll see. I think it's Kalen Carson versus Revel. I think whoever kind of win that is gonna be in a proximity battle with Izzy that they probably just gonna win. And it'll be that dude outside Bland nickel. Kyer Elam probably got the job regardless.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, because I was saying, like, for us, how things are structured right now, it's best to put Bland in the inside. But I know, man, you trying to get your money, and outside's where the money's at. But for what the Cowboys need right now, because we moved on from Jordan Lewis, we need Bland back in the inside. Kyer Elam can play on the boundary, and then I didn't think Shavon Revel was going to be ready, but it sounds like they're going to force this kid out there because I know he was running on the treadmill and all sorts of stuff showing he's ready. So we'll have to see about that. But then Kalen Carson. Now, I know my dog, Koye, he just I brought a Koye back, you know what I'm saying, the other day because he didn't know how to get the film or anything. Like, bro, so he just dropped the film, says I haven't got a chance to check it out on Kalen Carson. But do you think that Kalen Carson is one of those guys that can kind of just take a step forward, or are you probably just kind of out on him because after what you saw last year?
I believe in a year 2 leap or a next year's leap, you know.
Okay.
A football off season is crazy, you know.
Right.
College, high school, you know, pro, whatever. People just come back looking brand new after off season. You're like, damn, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying? They just who they are. Kalen, I don't think Kalen was a non-talented player. I don't think he wasn't talented.
Right.
I just think it was the mental side that he wasn't really ready for.
Right.
So playing games, being in a season, sitting down, practicing, like all that'll matter to you. So as long as Kalen's clock is a bit, you know what I'm saying, moving a little better than it was last year, I feel fine about Kalen. I like Kalen coming out of college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I loved him. So
yeah, you know, I think you got him in the 5th. I think he was more of a 3rd, 4th guy for me. You know what I'm saying? So let him go out there, you know, with this new mind that he has. You know, he's probably gonna be in a new body. He's been working out, he's been hurt, so he ain't been doing nothing but lifting, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let him kind of go out there and fight for a spot. I don't think Kalen's a bad, like some guys are like bad players. I don't know what we looking at.
Right.
Like, Booth ain't, I ain't say Booth name once.
Right.
I didn't say his name. I think Kalen's talented. I think Elam's talented. I think Elam just got that one game floating over him that people just kind of remember. At the end of the day, I do think we should be rooting for Trey to come back.
Right.
And I've seen some Cowboy fans kind of take that Jones Kool-Aid, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Jones be like, hey man, we'll move on from you. We don't know. And that'll make fans go, yeah, move on from Trey.
Yeah, get him out of here. He doesn't work out this team, then good riddance.
I think people forgot who that dude was that caught 11 picks, shutting down Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Terry McLaurin. I think they forgot that guy.
Right.
So I think you would rather have Trey than not have him. Let him play his outside, then Elam can do outside, and you can keep Bland right where you at, and that'll be the move. I don't think Gilmore is gonna be here. I don't think the Cowboys gonna want to put the money up. Yeah, no, Gilmore.
Yeah, because I would like to have Gilmore kind of be that band-aid or that bridge guy to kind of get us till we can get healthy. Because I feel like once we get healthy, when you tell me if I got a healthy Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, Kyer Elam, Shavon Revel, and a Kalen Carson, I'll take that. You know, but I just feel like getting to that point is going to be tough enough. I would like to add on the Gil, but You know what I'm saying? Bro, I feel like after we got that Pickens thing, don't ask me for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's what Stephen Jones is saying. Don't ask me for nothing else. You got Pickens, you got your wide receiver. Y'all go out there and have some fun.
Yeah.
I just think that trying to get there, week 1 versus Philly is going to be tough. You got Malik Neighbors, then you got to turn around and deal with Luther Burton and all. Like you got some, then Matthew Golden, and so you got some dogs at that wide receiver position. You're going to have to get healthy to get there first. But I don't know, man. I just really think they should just find a way to get Izzy out there on the field. Like, maybe it's me, but I just see the talent with Izzy, and I think it's just going wasted. But we know how the Dallas Cowboys, they'll value the draft pick premium value, all sorts of stuff like that over Israel Mukuamu. But we'll definitely see how it is. Now,
I think it's hard for backups during coaching changes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a backup to the coach that drafted you, then that coach got a plan for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Izzy done been through some coaching changes, and he's here, but the Joneses kind of brought you back, and the coaches, we're looking for something to do. Like at least Dan had a plan for him, like a tailored plan for him. It's up to these, to these new guys to find a plan for Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Or they could just take the guy that they drafted. Oh yeah, we want Rebel here. This is what I imagine for Rebel. Maybe they don't have Clark and guys like that at linebacker. Like
Marquise Bell, Marquise Bell. Yeah, like you brought him back and re-signed him, but that was before I really signed off on it. So I think those guys are gonna have to try to find a way to fit in, or maybe be special teams. But Izzy's just super talented. I love the kid. I love him come out South Carolina. I just want him to get his fair shot. I feel like he just hasn't gotten it, but we'll see. Now, before I let you go, Voch, let me ask you this question. All right, so we talked about being Super Bowl contenders, not just being a cool little team, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the one thing the Dallas Cowboys is missing right now currently that you think if we brought in would just put us back in that conversation? Or you think it's more than one thing?
Man, I don't want to ride the fence here. I don't want to, I'm gonna give you an answer. I think if you had a dude at running back, man, shouts out to Star, man. She in the chat right now. She was giving people fits during draft season. Star got a lot of my respect. She was cussing y'all out here during draft. And look, Star is not wrong. If you got a great scheme, it'll elevate the running back.
Right.
Star, how great would it be if your great ass scheme had a great ass running back?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we just trying to be good, hell yeah, let scheme carry Javonte Williams to the promised land. But you trying to whoop MFers. You trying to be the best team in the whole league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Entirely. Not just our conference. I'm talking Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. Like, that.
DeAndre Swift was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Swift was just fine.
Yeah.
Saquon is a different kind of just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I want one of them. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any kind of doubts in your mind about number 4, I particularly don't. I'm not as hard on Dak as a lot of people are. But if you got doubts about Dak at all, you should want a superstar behind him.
Mm-hmm.
You should. And I'll give you another answer for the other side of the ball since we ain't doing nothing else.
Are you the other side of the ball?
Yeah, man, you can never have too many pass rushes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I did this exercise the other day where I was like, the Cowboys when they were when they got 54 sacks, they was number 2 in the league in sacks. Michael was the number 1 guy. Then it was Dorrance, and it was Tank, and it was like Dante and them, like non-sack guys, right?
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, well, Micah, Dante, and Donovan, of course, that sack group is like much better.
Mm-hmm.
The same logic. How much fire would it be, or how more fire would it be to have like an established, like the Joneses say, F all this, F everybody in the club. Let's go get Trey Hendrickson or something.
Right.
And you take Trey, pair him with Micah, and then you have a wave of Dante, Donovan, and Sam.
Right.
Just to make the defense a little bit better. I
Let's
think
go overboard with it. Yeah.
Cool. That'll never happen. That and taking Quentin Williams and dropping him off at Oxnard, that'll never happen. But all those things will be fun as hell, and they'll make you real good, real fast.
And see that, so I think that's the conversation piece we've been trying to have, Voch. Is like, why the Cowboys won't just go get those pieces to put us over the top, right? Because I feel like if we sit back and be like, hey man, Shotty actually got this thing rolling, But man, this team would be scared. We had a running back. I don't trust Steven and Jerry Jones to even go get it. I don't trust them to pick up the phone and be like, all right, Brees Hall, you know what I'm saying, come in, or ETN or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that they have that type of mindset to make the move. Now, hopefully, the silver line, like Voch was saying earlier, maybe it could be Shoddy. Maybe Shoddy can go in there and say, hey, man, hey, we kind of cooking right now. I'm doing everything that you guys asked for. I just need that running back for my offense, and they can go get it. But I feel like, yeah, Javonte, if I had to bet, I'm not sure what his line is, but I'm sure he'll get 1,000. He'll clip 1,000, but it's not going to be the type of running backs to keep any defensive coordinator up at night. And I think what Voch is talking about, I'm talking about, DMV, boss, list goes on and on. We want to be scary. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't want to be comfortable. I want to be scary, because there's a lot of scary teams. When you play Detroit, you just say, oh shit, I don't know how we're gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. I'm saying, like, I'm gonna put y'all on a little game. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call nobody out. I want a team that Cowboys players are okay with playing with on Madden, because Cowboys players, they don't even put themselves on Madden. They be running with Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bro. Like, I want one of those. I want dynamic, dominant. But I just don't want to just be okay. But I feel like the Cowboys are comfortable with okay.
There's a way. There's a way to get somebody up in here. But we have to be masochists in order for it to happen. We have to be so trash at running back. And,
yeah.
You know, it's like Cowboys aren't proactive at all.
Right.
They're reactive.
Right.
So if we go out there for 3 games and we trash
right
on the ground, they'll go find somebody, because they Whenever we come out and because look, the Cowboys are okay with kind of trash.
Right.
They cool with kind of trash. But that wide receiver committee year, we rolled them boys out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With Allen Hurns and all.
And we was trasher than we thought.
Right.
They said, hold on, bro. They said, hold on.
Right.
Or they tried to play hardball with Zach Martin one time, but they made an attempt. But Josh Ball was extra trash, and I was like, all right, let's go ahead and sign Zach Martin. So we ain't got to deal with it. The Cowboys will do it, man. They'll make that move. I think
but the thing is, with this schedule, Voch, that might be too late by the trade deadline, because we got to get through Murder Row when we get to November, when we get past Vegas. You know what I'm saying? When we got to go through Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, Washington, you know what I'm saying, on Christmas. So it's like, why does things have to get bad before they make this move? And I feel like every year we do these shows around this time of year, it's like, man, we need a linebacker. And then we sit getting punched on by Green Bay, like, man, who just had a linebacker? Things may have been different. Like, it's I don't know.
That's definitely Murderer's Row. But at least you got a dude that running back going into that murder.
Right. I'd rather go in there with some weapons. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that running back, I'm fine playing anybody. Give me Kansas City, give me Philly, give me what. I'm fine playing. If I got a dude that running back, I don't think there's a team in the league that you can't play with.
Right.
But we'll have to cross that bridge now.
Right. So I'm just trying to think, what's another team that we can say is kind of all right at running back, but they're dominant in the NFL. I mean, besides the Chiefs, right?
That's all right at running back and they dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington was all right at running back. They had
Washington. Yeah, Washington.
Brian Robinson could play, but he, you know.
Right. So Washington.
Yeah. It's not a whole bunch of teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Buffalo got James. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, all those teams got a running back you can respect. So if I'm the Cowboys, I'm calling Seattle, see if I can get Charbonnet up out of there.
Right.
And we just gonna see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, even the damn Jets got stacked their running. Like I was saying, like all these teams are stacked their running back, but here we are, the Dallas Cowboys. This has a group of guys and journeymen. I know Deuce said we don't listen to the outside noise, and that's all cool, bro. But hey, man, let's go get us a guy.
Look, they listen to outside noise.
They listen to outside noise. They listen to outside noise right now.
We had a report out for 20 minutes before he started tweeting. I bet they read damn outside.
Yeah. We don't listen to outside noise. We block it off, man. Marcus Mosher posted that article. Jadon Blue had a response. I didn't even know Jadon Blue had a damn Twitter. He was on it in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Media training. That man ain't tweeted in months. Shit. tweet today.
Roy had his notifications. Oh, he said, all right, bet, man. They definitely pay attention to outside noise, trust me. But my dog Voch, man, appreciate you for coming on. You're going to be out there at camp. Do work, bro. We can trust you. Definitely follow my dog Voch out there to get that good quality coverage. Outside the offensive line, though, because I know you're in the trenches. What else are you going to be focusing on watching heavily when you're out there at camp?
I mean, it's always going to be fun to go look for, CD and Pickens, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be fun to watch them. As a nerdy football guy, I feel like when we in this part of camp, whatever running back is the best pass blocker, they're going to get a lot of reps.
Right.
Because they're not tackling to the ground or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even know who's going to play in the preseason. I don't know if the old running back is going to be playing. So we really won't have a great look, but they need to for sure. But whoever's stepping up and making all the blocking plays from running back on passing downs or whatever, that's going to be the running back that's going to be playing a bunch. So I'll be watching that. And man, just trying to watch the rookies, man. I'm draft guy, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna watch the rookies, see how they do. You know,
any undrafted you keep an eye on? Because I know Elijah Clark is mine.
Elijah Clark is a guy, but so since we talking about undrafted guys, Fairweather from Auburn.
Okay.
I think he can make the team. I think he can make the team. Tight ends, it's like they don't want to have redundancies there. So it's like they're trying to have one of each kind of guy.
Right.
So Jake is the first guy, but it's like Brevin and Luke are the same kind of guy, so they fighting each other. John Stevens was the guy that was unlike everybody else. So the past couple of years, Steven was high on John Stevens, Lunda Wells high on John Stevens, Will McClay. They're telling you John Stevens gonna make the team, but he got hurt every time.
Right.
Fairweather plays tight end like John Stevens. So all Fairweather got to do is beat John Stevens if John Stevens is healthy. If Fairweather can beat him as a jump ball guy, red zone guy, catch radius dude, I can see Fairweather making the team. So as an undrafted guy at tight end, I'm definitely looking at him.
Yeah, I agree. And I think like even not just beating John Stevens, because I think there's some rumors about Luke Schoonmaker. It's going to be really interesting to see, because that's Clayton Adams' position, y'all. That's tight end. Like that is his thing. I mean, because he had my guy Trey McBride out there, and we see what he did with that. So he's probably going to be looking at these tight ends like, hey, man, that's Schoonmaker. That don't belong to me. You know what I'm saying? And you do got Brevin Span, who has the wingspan and, all that stuff, the size. But then you also got Fairwell. Like, I think that the tight end position outside of, and even with Jake Ferguson, to be honest with you, I think it's kind of going to be open a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think Jake Ferguson will be tight end one, but we'll be having these conversations as we look up, especially in preseason. Like, hey, bro, like, I don't know. Especially if you want to be a run team, you're going to need two tight ends that can block, right? So who's going to be out there doing that grimy, dirty work? So we shall see, man. My dog Voch, man, thanks for your time, bro. For everyone seeing you for the first time, let everybody know where they can find you. Not hard. Hey, it's not hard.
Hey, man, I only want to do a whole bunch of plugging, man. I'm just here for the love. But, Voch Lombardi, if y'all ain't doing nothing else, and I'll leave it. I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man. All right, dog. Like I said, man, y'all go ahead and follow Voch on his channel. Let's get Voch to 100K today. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the ones out there being a trailblazer, man, kicking indoors. Like I said, the most important thing, he always remembers where home is. Solid dude, man. One of my favorites in the community, man. That's my brother, man. Super proud of you. I can't wait to be seeing watching you on his press conferences and be like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't wait for next week.
I'm going there one day. Like I don't really care to ask a whole bunch of questions to him, but one day
we need you. We need you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do the Jerry and Steven questions, because you know what I'm saying? We need to keep you in house a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They like, ooh, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what the hell going on with this when y'all did this?
Yeah. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been on some, where's our running back one? Like, no, don't do that. Just ask, like, Shotty a nice little question, you know what I'm saying, about his scheme and philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Just get a little nugget.
Butter him up a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Shotty,
Well, damn, there's a whole bunch of motion over here, man. What's behind so much motion this year as opposed to last year?
Man. Yeah, Mike McCarthy, he was against the motion. Seems like you're a little bit more adamant about it. And tell me a little bit, one of those questions really set them up. Hey, we need to keep you in house. We need to keep your house a little bit longer, man. Don't ask nothing tough. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like Jay. Jay came out last year, man. Why don't y'all dunk that shit, dog? Why y'all scared? Why don't y'all dunk it? Why y'all just hanging around the rim? You know what I'm saying? I was telling everybody, y'all remember last year's press conference? David Moore hit Jerry with the questions about his case first out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
What's up with them kids?
Yeah. Hey, bro. And you ain't paying your child support, dog? What's going on?
That's rough, dog. I ain't gonna do all that. They gonna pull me out that mud.
Yeah, bro, they get you about it, man. Don't do that, man. So ask some safe little softball questions, man, because we need to keep my dog out there. But hey, man, appreciate you for everyone seeing me for the first time. JTuck151 on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, and also Twitter and Facebook as well. YouTube channel CFO Sports. We got a lot more incredible guests as we gear up for next week to get y'all ready for camp. So Cowboys Nation, as always, we want y'all to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And football season's here. Let's get it. Peace.